B shit kind of die off. And being Nitti, I guess whatever problem they had, it kind of like severed the gang a little bit, you know what I mean? And at this point, now you got Jeezy done popped out, you know. You hear, because you know Nitti did them boy got work, them boy, Nitti did that. So now me and Nitti on the campaign working his goddamn beat, you know, like they got the vinyls, they brought us the vinyls, we showing up at this. I'm still looking at this how I get into it, but I still ain't learned the business already.
So did you sign Jock? Was Jock signed to you?
So what I did was I started Mastermind, signed him and made him part of the company as the president of Mastermind.
Okay.
So we both had an interest into what we doing. By the time Boys in the Hood came, shit, it was up. You know, it was like, shit, we know we finna go because we right here. Nigga Block don't even know Jock rap. He don't even know nothing about us in our movement, what we doing. But we're around the movement. Like, we're around the movement. And Jeezy, of course, we niggas around the movement because of things that really went on in the street that caused niggas going to the club. We popping out, you know, because of other people. Like, shit was like a big wave. You know what I mean? You was a nigga in the street. I don't care if you, a lot of niggas didn't know who BMF was. I didn't know it was some niggas in the club throwing a lot of money. Just so happened one of my god uncles and Meech was real cool. So a lot of parties and a lot of shit that we were privileged to go to that a lot of people wouldn't. I knew who they were before niggas were finding out who these niggas is. But I wasn't in BMF, but I was family with all of them. You know, we go somewhere, we put the shirts on it. Wasn't nothing but 2, 3 real members. You had Lil Ills, that's my bro. Then, you know.
Baby Blue?
Yeah, you had Blue, you know what I mean? Blue Da Vinci. J-Bo, you know. Meech, of course. That was, you knew who was who. But Meech was a different type dude. So looking at him kind of is why I stayed off the radar. You know what I'm saying? Cause it was my birthday, July 23rd. Meech's birthday, then Ill birthday. It was like a line of birthday. We done fucked the city up. I done been out with Meech. You talking about, it ain't no tell. You know, I done watched this man order 100, buy all the ones out the club, $100,000 worth of ones. They got to go to Goosebump, Magic City, get more ones. They done locked the door and left us in there. We'll leave, go to the White House. Everybody come. Like, and the man will take $10,000, $1,000 bundles, hand them to you. Throw this. Now you got to think, if he done got 100, I got 5, you got 5, this nigga got 5. By the end of the night, we done got $250,000 in ones. Leave there, go to the next club. We done this shit, man, 7 days a week. And it was niggas that, a lot of them wasn't even, you might not be BMF, but your cousin is. So you mobbing. We watching the movement, picking up game every step of the way. I'm like, okay, this is what we got to do. This is how you got to move. And watching the movement, I said, okay, I got to put hey, Jock, we got to put a team together. We got to get all our homeboy. Now, they ain't got no money like these niggas got, but it's a few niggas in the crew. We got some paper. We going to make the shit look good. It's all about the marketing. And Jock was always creative. He was always a creative mind. So he would come up with ideas that all it took was a little bit of money to make the shit come true. So I was like, shit, whatever idea you got, we gonna put it together. We gonna get our homies. We got a mob and look like how BMF moving. We already we can piggyback. And that was our play. We kind of moved around the city, piggybacking off of that, meeting all the DJs, you know, sliding his record in. It was a process of learning. It got to the point where, I'm trying to think who it was, Eric Miller. Never forget. He got wind of Jock's songs. I don't know how he got them, and he reached out to me. And he sat down with me and said, you got these artists signed, you got this, you got that, what's going on? Because he wanted to cut into a Jock. And he was like, look, I got a lawyer for you. gave me a number. He said he gonna teach you the business. He gave me this lawyer, John Christmas. John Christmas sat me down and said, look, I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know. Not from how a lawyer gets you in, do the agreement, the contract. You don't really know what you're signing. You don't know what this mean, that mean, that. Pay me per meeting, and I'm gonna teach you with everything you need to know. And give me a retainer, and I'm gonna do all your contract for your producers and your artists and everything that you got. Now, I already had all the shit set up for as the incorporation and, you know, my tax ID and all of the minor shit starting the business. But what I didn't have was the artist solidified. So John taught me the business. He taught me about mechanicals. He taught me about sync licensing. He taught me about publishing, writers. He taught me how to monitor records. He taught me about media-based BDS. He taught me about sound design. He taught me about encoding a record when people knew what encoding a record was. Like, he was retiring from the game. He started making biofuel or some kind of gas out of vegetables and moved to Brazil. He done got his money. He taught me the game. And once I learned that part, then I seen where the value and the money was in the entertainment shit. And that's what, the day that I seen where the money was at is a day where I think me, Jock, because I sat him down and said, hey, look, bro, in order, Elvis, all of them, I said, bro, we can kill these people. It ain't nothing but percentages and paperwork. It ain't about nothing else. This shit is just like selling anything you want to sell. It percentages and paperwork. I said, that's why nigga, you wrote something on Miss B Bottle Action. That's why you ain't got paid. You ain't want no split sheet. You wasn't on that split sheet. So when they registered the song, they ain't had to put you on there. That's why Duddy didn't get paid with Bubba, why we ain't get nothing. You know, it woke me up. And at that point, once I seen this shit is real and how the system work, where I don't have to have 100% of it to make some money. I mean, I can have 25%. I can have this. I can have that. My whole mission of trying to go out here and control and be Master P all by myself went out the window. So when Carmo came to the table, we had done Dope Boy Magic, a song I produced for Jock, and it was me, Jock, and C-Bone rapping on it. He loved it. He was like, look, boy, he told Jock, I gotta get you a block. I'm telling Jock, I know Block, but I ain't never done no business with him. I don't know how it go, how he operating, if he looking for acts. We ain't gonna cut into him. Carmo heard it going down. He was like, oh, yeah, I gotta go to Block.
So wait a minute. I watched the interview with Jock, and he was talking about the process of, I think he said he paid Nitti for the beat, and Nitti took a minute to make the beat. And then once he finally made it, it was just going down. It was a hit.
I paid Nitti probably 3 months before. The original thing was I paid Nitti for 4 beats. 2 beats for Jock, 2 beats for Shawty Slick. Jock recorded 1 beat, right? Shawty Slick recorded 1 beat. But we didn't like the song, so we didn't pick the beats. Nitti at the time, like I said, he in and out my house. We rocking. Nitti go to sleep downstairs in the theater. He over there asleep. He was making a beat that night and stopped making it. It's just like, you know how y'all got a brain freeze or something? So he ended up, in the MP, he tried to throw the beat away. We might have tracked it out or something. Either way, we threw the beat in the trash. That morning, I woke up, come downstairs, he sleep on the sofa. I go in the studio and hit the MP, and the beat still on there. So that's what it was. He threw it in the trash on the computer, but he didn't clear the MP. So the beat come up. So I start playing with the beat, adding a little shit. He wake up, he come in there like, well, that shit jamming. Slide over. He slide me out the way, finish what I'm already doing. We track it back out. Boom. Nigga pick it by their sounds because he done ran them through tape and all this shit. He make sure I always clean my MP out so I ain't got the drawers and shit. He take the zip out, clean the MP out, got the computer, now the beat is loaded on the computer. He put it on the little drive with him. And I was like, hey, that one of the beats, I want to use it for Jock. He was like, all right, leave the beat. That night, Jock, that evening when Jock get to the house, that night, we go in there and record to the beat. And Jock came up with a song. I left my baby mama at the house. The night I'm going wild out. I'm going to pop whatever out of the little shit went. And we didn't have no female. He was like, I'm going to let B do the girl part. But the night, we let his ex-wife Alex and my girlfriend Crystal, let them get on the mic and fuck around and do the girl part that Jock had wrote. So we got it. Boom. About a day later or so, Nitti come by. I play Nitti the record. He like, yeah. I said, B gonna do their part. That's what we're gonna put B on. I'm letting her know cause B, with him through paperwork, but she with us. It ain't like we gotta ask him. Okay, cool. We never finished the record to do the record. Turn around, one day Jock walking out mad as a motherfucker. He talking about, man, you heard the motherfucking Gucci record? I'm like, nah. I'm like, but I'm finna ride. Let's go to the store. We get in the car. I think the shit come on 1079 or something, whatever it was. It was the goddamn song. Shawty got her ass on her. I'm like, woo. Boy, Jock hot. He like, but I'm like, damn.
So this was before it's going down?
Yeah, this was before it going down. Damn. Bro, we had another record out. Elvis produced 1001. He take it to Jazzy. Jazzy hit a record. It just coincident that Tip came out with a song, Get Loose. Jock rapped the song on the second verse. He say, drop down, get your eagle, like Nelly, get your eagle on, girl. The goddamn record come out. Nelly saying, rapping the part like Jock had. And the song was 1001, Grey Goose, turn around, let me see you get loose. All the old DJs know that was the record we were pushing. That shit happened. So we like, man, how the fuck? It was like, well, I gave the record to Jazzy. I said, I know he ain't did that. But shit happened coincidentally.
Damn.
We don't know.
So Jock had the sauce.
Yeah, it was like, damn, bro, we keep getting this close, and how the fuck these records keep coming out the same? So it like, we got to keep going. So time going. I ain't used now what a Nitti Beatz yet, and I'm paid him. Fuck around, it get to the point where I call him that day, like, look, bro, let's go on and knock this shit out. So he like, come on. He at the studio at the AdCap building. We go up there that evening, Friday evening. We go in there, need to turn the goddamn beat machine on, start goddamn, like, okay, this shit simple as fuck, but it's goddamn grooving. Start coming up with melodies. So him and Jock sit down. I go outside, I got shit. I be in the middle of shit. So I'm in and out the studio. So I come in, see how they going. Oh, yeah, they're hard. Boom, boom, they keep writing. They came up with the verses. Nitti went on and recorded the verses. So we recorded the verses and didn't have a hook. Me and Jock take the song, go home, and Nitti said, see what you come up with. So the whole time we riding, he doing stuff. And at a certain point, Jock said, down, like Juvie. I said, ooh, that's it, boy. Down. If you listen to it, it's going down. Hook sound like Juvie. It's going down. That's how the rest of the fill-in of the hook came to play off of that word down. Then next morning, we go back to the studio, record the hook. Jock had on the end of the hook, do it. I'm like, oh boy, that ain't it. I'm just thinking in my mind now. So him and me B leave and go to Lennox because we had a show somewhere that night. So they going to get some clothes. Me and Nitti left in the studio. So I'm arguing with Nitti at this point. Nigga, put a hi-hat in the motherfucking beat. He like, no. I said, hey, man, I'm paying you for this shit. Put a hi-hat in there. No, cuz, we ain't put. He said, I got something for you. He put that little roll, and he put a hi-hat in between there. It's a hi-hat in between there. He said, that's all I'm going to give you. So I was like, I'm going to take that. I said, it do sound better. And he added that, a symbol, right? I like, okay, yeah, I can work with that. So me and him listening, I'm like, bro, that hook. He said, boy, that's what I was thinking. He said, I know what to do. I said, man, you better cut that shit out, they do it, and just double that shit. He said, boy, you already know it. We cut the do it out and doubled the first part of the hook twice. When him and B came back to the studio, nigga, that's the record. That's the song. Nitti did a little pre-mix on it. I went, Kenny Mix mastered it for me. We didn't even send the record to get mixed. I had Ralph from Doppler mixing at the time, like Dope Boy, Magic, 1001 out of it. But Nitti did the rough mix on it going down. And Kenny worked with him back and forth, telling him what to change until it was just right. Man, we took that record and started hitting the clubs. And I never forget Labor Day weekend, DJ Monte, shout out. I met Monte, I'll tell you, at 1079 building or 97.5. Monte was the first one to play it on the radio, him and DJ Hershey. I met Monte at the radio station. He couldn't unlock the door. I slid the CD under the door of the radio station. Monte went right upstairs, put that motherfucker in the mix. Hershey was at Blue Flame then. Hershey was in the evening time, had that bitch in the mix.
He was on what, V103?
No, I think Hershey was at 1079, I think.
He was?
I don't know. Shit, don't get me lying. I don't know. All I know is that nigga put that motherfucker. But Hershey was like family. His cousin and like my sister was like good friends, and I was like the love. So Hershey was going, you know, he threw it. He's like, boy, Chino, this one going. Y'all might be out of here. The motherfucker started catching fire. And Carl Moe was like, get you a block. Ooh. And now my lawyer was like, my lawyer getting wind of the song. Cause I'm telling him like, hey man, who you got I can goddamn do a deal with? Cause I'm spending money at this point, like, who I can do something with. He's like, oh, I'm a holler at Block. I like, damn, Carl Moe said something about Block. I said, he's like, yeah, that's one of my clients. So me and Block had the same lawyer. I was like, yeah, man, let holler at him, see what's going on. Before we can holler at him, that Saturday, I think Carl Moe, my son played football for Glenwood. I was on Glenwood. I was at the football game, and Jock went and met Block. Soon as I'm walking out the football field, Block called me. Oh, what up, Playboy? You said I shit right. What the fuck wrong with this DMX ass nigga? Hey man, what's up? So he talking. He like, yo, you know, hey man, that boy Jock. I mean, what you gonna do?
Sound just like him, man.
I'm like, I don't know. He like, then he said, I ain't know you was we got my partner when Block was doing all this, he had a you know how all niggas got niggas there with him. One of the guys that were with him was like one of my big homies off the east side, you know, even Kirkwood. So I was letting know the same movement, but he didn't know that one of his guys was really my guy. And he was like, "But you already know we locked in anyway. We locked in anyway." So I'm like, "Shit, let's see what he talking about." Now the record heating up. Now you got JD Nitti cutting into a nigga want to do the single deal. So I'm like, okay, let's see what they talking about. Let's entertain who come, how they coming. So of course Nitti come to me and say, yeah, we do the single deal, 5,000. Me, you, and Jock split, you know, the 5,000. 5,000 three ways. Boy, that shit ain't sound good at all.
How much you already spent?
Over totality into my label, because I never separated stuff, but probably about 50,000. I wasn't too heavy.
Right. But that wasn't nothing. The 5,000 wasn't shit.
Yeah, so he talking about 50. I mean, he talking about 5. But I'm thinking about it. We ain't said no now, but we want to know, but we ain't rushing. So we still going. I done printed up CD. They back when you print up CD. We passing out CD, bro. We grinding. And fuck around and I ain't jump. Go meet Block. Block, he don't know what we can do. He go to Puff. Puff don't like the goddamn song. One thing I will say, you know, regardless of how, and I'm going to say it, regardless of how fucked up a nigga Block is, I'm always paying me respect for his homage to bettering our situation. Even though I see now what the play was, you know, ain't that like the triple cross. The nigga was an expert triple cross player, you know. But he ended up triple crossing himself in the whole thing. But he did open a door for niggas to get where they gotta be without a lot of shit that I encountered going to other people. Cause you know, I've tried Purple Ribbon with Big, you know, cause C-Bone, that's my guy. What's up with Big? DJ had Camp David. He just Bubba. He just went over there with him. You know, so I know niggas nowadays. But when Block came, he was like, they do the paperwork. So we do a joint venture where I still own all the music. Jock still my artist. I'm gonna give you 50% of the profit that's made, you know, off of whatever deal we close. Boom. So I still got the upper hand. I ain't signed my artist over. I ain't did, you know, nothing. I just cut him in. If he get me a deal in 6 months, boom, we gonna break bread. I couldn't beat it. So I'm like, I can wait these 6 months out. You know, we can wait. That was in October 2005. Like I can ride. We can sustain. So Block was like, shit, let's go ahead. We gonna get Jockey Vance. I'm like, shit, nigga, goddamn, this nigga got all the advance out of me. And nigga, you don't know this nigga living with me and some more shit. This my little bro. But yeah, we gonna give him a van because I want to get the check. Yeah. So we went in, gave Jockey Van. We go on Greg Street Show, V103, right? He announced, new member, Block Entertainment, Young Jock. My goddamn phone like could have jumped out of the table. We had them BlackBerry back then. That bitch like could have jumped out of the table. Nitti called it, Skeeter, JD. But see, I done took the meeting. Skeeter came to my house. Shout out Eddie. He came. Skeeter Rock came, sat down. And this what kind of threw me in Jock. Skeeter was like, why y'all don't want to do the single deal?
He was with JD, right?
He was a producer,
he was JD.
Right? Yeah, he was like, he kind of, I guess, like ran So Death with JD or something.
I seen his name in the credits a lot.
Yeah. We in my basement. We go through the list of songs Jock got. Jock might have had 30 songs. Skeeter said, I hear about 4 or 5 that can go on a major platform. Because I'm telling him we need an album deal, fuck a single deal. And me knowing the business, I guess, So there was a production company. They didn't have a label deal in no certain place. He was like, let me talk to JD, let me see. But why you don't want to take the 25? I said, the who? Me and Jock look at each other. He said, the 25. I said, 25 what? He said, 25,000. I said, hey man, Nitti told me to deal for 5,000. Skeeter say, what? Nah, man, we told him 25. So he called him right then on the phone. What it was, Nitti wanted 20 for a beat. Now, I already paid him, but he wanted 20 for a beat, and we're going to split the rest.
What do you call that?
I don't know what you call it, but we wasn't calling it nothing because it didn't exist. I said, the man wanted 5,000. I went in my pocket. I pulled out 5,000. I told Skeeter, I said, look, nigga, I got 5,000 right here. A nigga just brought me. 5,000 ain't gonna do nothing for me. I said, now, if Nitti want 25 or 20, give me 50 for the single deal. Give me 50. And y'all pay him for the beat. But we want 50.
But you already paid for the beat.
Yeah. But see, me and Nitti, both of us know the game. We gonna get a deal. We gonna get a check from the major. That was just for him working. You know, we go get the deal. We gonna charge them 10, 15,000 for the beat. Me and him both gonna break some bread. You know. So he was working his move, but he didn't include me in his move. Nigga, you keeping me on this side of the fence. No, nigga, I supposed to be at the table with you because I already paid you. So you need to be saying, if you need to let me know. If you want 20, tell me you're going to get 20 out JD them for the beat. Man, you can bust down 10 and 10. I'm going to let you keep the 5 that I already gave you, but bust down. When Skeeter said that, He said, let me go. I said, look, man, you give me 50 for the single. First right of refuse on the album deal, but let's go ahead and negotiate a budget for the album. 3 days was too long. That nigga Block came to the table, and I liked the way the agreement was. I didn't have to sign nothing. If you can get me a deal in 6 months, we break bread. If you don't, we go on about our business. I love that idea. So he go to Puff. Huh. He don't like it. He don't like it. He don't like it. I say, well, shit. He like, we're going to keep going, though. We're going to keep going. So collectively, we worked.
So the record was already out.
The record was already bubbling. I had the record going.
Right.
That nigga Puff came to town, went to Body Tap. Heard that motherfucker in the club, went crazy. Block called me about 8 that Saturday morning. It might have been a Sunday morning. Oh, boy, that nigga Puff ready. He ready. He ready. He ready. I said, yeah. He said, yeah. Come to the studio. That Monday. Them folk from Bad Boy sent the contract. We signed that bit. We were just building the studio on Memorial Drive. We sitting in there on cinder blocks. We signed Jock Deal sitting on cinder blocks in the studio on Memorial Drive. When it got to me to sign, me and Jock had to sign a separate agreement. We had called John revised the mastermind agreement. Then him had to sign that again. Him and Jock signed the Bad Boy deal.
So you saying your lawyer revised the?
Yeah, me and Jock agreement.
Okay.
Boom. So we straight on that. Now, Block and Jock signed the Bad Boy deal. When it came to me to sign, he like, no, don't sign it. Well, how he gonna sign a deal for my motherfucking artist? Cause my agreement don't give him no rights to sign nothing. Nothing. You ain't got no rights, buddy. They signed it. So I asked for the contract. I never get a copy of the contract. Because here go the problem. I wanted the contract because did you sign over my master to these people? Because you ain't got no rights to my master.
It's basically like when Mystical signed the No Limit, he was already signed the Jive, and then they was using his services, right?
Yeah, well,
so Block would be using Jock services.
What would have made Block ain't had no right to use shit. That's the point. The only way would have made that deal valid would have been if I signed that Bad Boy deal. Block can't sign a deal representing Jock. Jock's not signed to him. I never signed that deal.
So that's the triple cross.
Yeah, you can't sign. They're like me going to sign a deal on your artist. Me and your artist right now go and sign a deal. Your artist signed the inducement, he signed it, and I signed it, right? And you ain't signed it, but you own all the music. Your contract say you got 6 albums, the SR copyright, 50% of the publishing, everything you got, right? How the fuck I'm gonna go sign a deal for your artist? Don't work like that. So I'm the good guy. I ain't never on no extra shit. I'm like, I'm gonna see how they play out. I don't know what the contract say, because I don't know if you signed over my rights. If I don't know what the contract say. He could have signed a deal where the copyrights wasn't transferred over to Atlantic Bad Boy. I don't know. I never was privileged to see the agreement and never got the agreement. So cool. Fast forward. We working, the album done. Me and Jock done all the records. But you don't do Jock City shit I put together already. We might have added 3, 4 records, 2 records, 3. That album was done. Turn around, trying to sign a letter of direction. Hey man, you need to sign a letter of direction. So Atlantic can send my money straight to me. My 50-50 split. I don't need my shit going nowhere. Nigga wouldn't sign the agreement.
Block.
Yeah, he wouldn't sign the letter of direction. Okay, cool. I ended up getting jammed up. Boom. Shit go down. You know, they'd already snatched BMF. We done fast forward a long way. They done snatched BMF. My guy uncle, who I told you was cool with Meech, Fed wanted him. They couldn't catch the nigga. Nigga's like a real ghost. You know what I'm saying? He out there in Mayweather promoting his after parties and shit. My birthday weekend, he like, nephew, come out here, man. I got your courtside seat. You and your girl, come watch the fight. Take it easy. I'm like, no, okay, I ain't coming out there. But Migo, oh, it's a lot of money. I'm gonna be in KD phone ring to get my paper, not knowing the Migo hot. So turn around, I meet the Migo, the Fed following him.